The Missouri Tigers just have one win against the Georgia Bulldogs since joining the SEC in 2012. However, that victory did come here at Sanford Stadium. And there's some awesome tailgates going on. I'm here with Pat Kelly, a Georgia native, at the 37-yard line. That's a long distance to cover, but Drew Lock did that twice with 2 passes to Emmanuel Hall. The Tigers finished with a winning record at home against conference opponents for the first time in 4 years. Earlier today, here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel, I had a chance to talk to players and coaches from both sides.
With all that turnover that's going on in the SEC, it really makes you appreciate what Barry Odom's been able to do with Mizzou this year.
Good morning from the NRG Stadium in Houston. The Missouri Tigers are nearly a month removed from their last taste of game action, and today that wait is finally over.
And the home of the brave.
It was a day where America's pastime came second for battle baseball.
Putting military in front of baseball, they have to protect us in order for us to play.
And to recognize that, Boyer presented Central Missouri Honor Flight with a $1,000 check. The money funded through team t-shirt sales is being used to fly veterans to war memorials.
It shows the players that they should be respectful of those folks and grateful for those guys that paid the price for all of us to, ultimately play the baseball game that we all love.
But it was more than an ordinary day for Battle senior starting pitcher.
I wasn't actually thinking about the service after school, like when I graduate, but I was thinking about possibly going in the Navy as well.
Schaefer's realization came forth when he shared a special moment with his father on the field.
My father was in the Army, of course. He was military police. It was good to see the old man throw first pitch to his son that's obviously going to possibly go into the service as well.
It's not like we get to go to the Cardinals game and throw out the first pitch there, so for us to be able to honor them and show them some gratitude, it's a heartfelt moment, that's for sure.
Schaefer delivered a gutsy performance in front of generations of veterans. Despite an early exit from the game, his effort was the least he could do for the veterans.
They did a lot for you when you were just living here an average, normal life, and then they're over there giving it their all. And I definitely appreciate everyone that was there, all the veterans that we shook hands with after the game. Hopefully I can be in that line of people to shake hands with in the future.
Joey Schneider, KOMU 8 Sports, Columbia. When it comes to football, your last chance to play may come before you even realize it.
I went to cut and miss a guy, and then I just got hit, I guess just right as I planted, and just kind of popped a little bit.
Wolken has missed all of what would have been his third and final year as starting quarterback after tearing his ACL in summer football camp.
Hit me pretty hard, I guess, because you grew up with football and put in all the work for it, and then your senior year's just gone.
Wolken has not been medically cleared to play this season, but on senior night he captained and started one final game for the California Pintos.
I took the pads off after I got hurt, and I never really put them back on until that night.
The Pintos let the clock roll and took a delay of game penalty, but emotions, hugs, and tears followed soon after.
I tried to keep it together as long as I could, but being out there with the guys again, it just kind of got to me.
California's first-year head coach stood behind his decision to start Wolken one final time.
Well, last year I had a kid have a similar thing happen to him during the Jamboree. He got hurt, never really got to experience it throughout, and I remember walking off after senior night going, I wish I could have gave him something more.
It was a familiar transition that allowed Wolken to earn all-conference and all-district honors in the last 2 seasons.
He had to step up and be a quarterback when he was a sophomore because one of the seniors got hurt then.
The injury hits home for Wolken's longtime friend.
I could feel for Jacob because last year my season was ended the first part of the season, and I just know how that feels. It sucks.
And his father, who works the chains.
I started my freshman year because somebody else in front of me got hurt, and then started, the other 3 years also. And then my senior year, I broke my ankle, so same thing. Yeah.
Throughout his recovery, Wolken has still been one of California's most active leaders.
When he got hurt, he was still coming to practice and still doing things to help out the team. Jacob and the rest of his senior class, they're kind of laying the foundation for what we want California football to get back to being. And, he's a prime example of that, just coming here, doing what he can.
Wolken eyes a possible return to basketball and a full recovery by baseball season, but hopes his legacy with athletics carries on even longer in his hometown.
I can look back on my experience and say that I just put it all out there and did everything I could while I could. I hope some little kid somewhere sees that and they grow up and play hard and just take the game to heart, because it can be over before you know it.
Joey Schneider, KOMU 8 Sports, California.
It's hard to imagine making much out of a football season that started 1-5, but the Tigers proved many doubters wrong, riding a 5-game winning streak into the Battle Line rivalry today. Now to the ice, where it's NHL All-Star Weekend in Tampa Bay. Tonight, it's the NHL Skills Competition pitting two St. Louis Blues against one another. A little more than a month remains for the Missouri Tigers to improve their tournament odds. And after a big road win over Alabama on Wednesday, the Tigers would face another tall task hosting the number 21 Kentucky Wildcats, a conference foe they have not beat since joining the SEC. A rocking atmosphere at Mizzou Arena today. Fans booing former target Kevin Knox. First quarter, Cassius Robertson finds Jonte Porter open, looking for the three, and he converts. The Tigers shot 30% outside the arc today. Late in the first half, things get a little dicey. Jared Vanderbilt and George Geis get tangled up under the rim. Both assess technical fouls, but Vanderbilt also given a flagrant. Coach Calipari not a happy camper for that one. But some great defense from Mizzou in the first half. They hold Kentucky to just 18 points. And it's a season low for them, an all-time low under Calipari for the first half. But the Wildcats make an early push in the second half. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the easy layup. Kentucky moved within 1 point a few times, but Mizzou doesn't mess around any longer. Cassius Robertson finds Porter, who knocks down the three. And in the same sequence, next possession, Kevin Knox turns over the ball. Porter finds it and is going to take it the distance, coast to coast. Right after that, Knox keeps having some troubles on the defensive side. A highly contested three as well. Tillman picks up the rebound. He feeds it to Robertson, and he's going to find Jordan Barnett wide open. He absolutely drills this three. Barnett steals the show in the second half. Another three here, and he's going to finish with 16 points. The Tigers win their first game over Kentucky, 69-60, and move back to 500 in conference play. After the game, Konza Martin and Jordan Barnett spoke on the victory.
It's a great feeling. I think it's good for our guys. Because, again, it's been some tough years. Great win for our program, for the university, for the state of Missouri. I just think it's a fun game to be a part of.
I'm not treating this one any different just because of the name on the jersey. You know, it's every time we win, it means a lot. We just came in, we competed, we defended really well, held them to 18 in the first half. So, you know, just our level of competitiveness has gone up a whole lot, and I think it's showing on the court.